Yes, hello once again. Now we've been able, through the last class, identified um, the bones of the skull and the several sutures. So we want to now see if we could make some dissection and see what is inside the skull, which is the cranial cavity. So we're going to be picking, like, dissecting out the cavity. So let's pick this and remove it. Let's pick the other, remove that, which is the parietal. So now let's see now what's the internal surface of the skull looks like. So you can see. So let me zoom out. Yeah, that's it. So that is the cranial cavity there. That's the cranial cavity. So we can see a 3D image of what the internal lining of the skull looks like. The frontal bone is still there, the temporal bones are still there, and this is the sphenoid bone. So that's the right wing and the left wing, and you can see we can always make some turns or some zoom out where we see the apophyseal facial, at the middle cranial fossa. So basically, we can divide the cranial cavity. Let me remove the occipital bone and see. Aha. So that's the cranial cavity. So we can divide the cranial cavity into anterior cranial fossa, which is a little bit very prominent, then the middle cranial fossa, which majorly are formed by the sphenoid bone, and the posterior cranial fossa. So let me return. Let me remove the two parietal. Aha, so you can see. So if I turn a little bit this way, I'll be able to see the posterior cranial fossa that way. So if I pick this, let me hide feed others. So we could see the you can see the occipital bone there is only isolated, and the foramen magnum, that's the major foramen there. So let me see. Let me remove some. I want us to see the foramen magnum. I don't know, the 3D image is not aligned us. Okay, let me remove this. So so you can see there's a big hole there. It's actually as a occipital bone where the medulla continues as a spinal cord and passes through the vertebral canal of the cervical vertebra, then down to the other vertebrae. So let's return that. So that's what it is. So we've seen what the internal lining of the skull look like, and we can also see it from the front side. When I removed the frontal bone, I can see that what the cranial cavity looks like. So I can return that. Then if I remove the parietal bone, let me see. Yeah, you can see what the cranial cavity looks like. Yeah, that's a big hole there. Yeah, good, I got that. So that's a big hole there. That's the foramen magnum where the medulla continues as the spinal cord. Yeah, you can see. Now from this side, very well, great. So from this side, apologies. Yeah, from this side you can see what I was talking about the other time. These are the clearance process, the anterior clearance process, the posterior clearance process, and the depression there that's pointed at, that's the sella turcica. That's the depression pointed at. That's the sphenoid bone. So in between the sphenoid bone, that's the depression, or the hypophyseal seat. That's a hypophyseal seat with the hypophysis sectum. So the back here, part of the sphenoid is the sella turcica. So we have the anterior clearance process and the posterior clearance process, forming a four edge bed. That's the hypophyseal canal. So that's great. So we can actually appreciate more, and the apertures there, you see, those are the foramina in the middle cranial. So we can in the middle cranial fossa. So we can actually appreciate more if we did remove the temporal bone, so the parietal bone. So when I removed the parietal bone, I was able to see better structures there. So let's see if I could carve out the occipital bone, whether I'll be able to see other structures that I'm supposed to see. So if that's the occipital bone, let me remove it there, and I can see Yeah, good. I can see the atlas and the big foramen there of the neural canal. So thank you very much. I will see you in other classes. Bye for now.